Hello everyone, this is Alejandra Gomez with creatingwithali.com, and today we're going to be featuring a card class using the Gathering Together suite. Now, this is not part of the catalog. We have, by the way, a brand new catalog if you haven't seen it. It is amazing. This is the one that has lots of different holiday sets. And by far, it's always my most favorite all the time, just because I love everything about the fall. And so anyway, this catalog is just amazing. So for this time, like I said, I'm actually using one from the online exclusive, which is Gathering Moments. And let me just show you the stamp set so you can kind of see it. And the dice. I love the leaves all the time. I think that for fall, this is just amazing. But also because I want to make sure you know that during this month, when you purchase with me, you are going to be getting a tutorial bundle that we're putting together between Joy and myself. We're partnering for these months. And so we're actually featuring cards with this bundle. So I wanted to make sure you see more cards, more projects. The bundle has already 8 samples, and it has instructions and everything for you to make them. And then tonight we're going to be making 3 more cards. So hopefully you get excited about this suite. The designer series paper is just amazing. It's just, you know, it's all about the fall, the colors, and the leaves. I just love it. So I think that this is one of those papers that you definitely want to have for all your projects during fall. So anyway, let me just make sure before we continue, let me just make sure I share these to the group. Also, let me know where you're watching. I always love to hear where you're watching from. And even if you're watching replay, let me know. I always love to hear that. Also, if you have any crafting friends, please do share the video. That always helps me a lot. And for this week, I will be providing also the sketches for this card class. So make sure you are on my mailing list, which I have a link on my description of this video, whether you're watching this on Facebook here on the top or on YouTube below. So for during Saturday, Sunday, I will be sending the replay of this card class as well as the sketches. So I know it's been a while. I've been traveling so much, so it's kind of getting a little bit hectic. That's the other reason why I'm not really doing right now the card kits as I was doing in the past, mainly because for right now I am just traveling too much and it's just hard to keep up. So anyway, but I am doing those tutorial bundles, so hopefully you enjoy them. So let me make sure I am on my page. Also, let me turn off the volume before anything else. And do you love to make cards, by the way, with the leaves? Like for me, every time it's fall, I just enjoy that part. I love all the sets that Stampin' Up! Has had for leaves, and this is no exception for sure. All right, so it is share. I also can see comments. Let me just see. Hi, Lena. Nice seeing you here. Hi, Lisa. All right, so let me just fairly quickly talk about the card classes that I have. Right now, I have the samples for the paper share. So with every new catalog, we have a brand new designer series paper, and I love the designer series paper to make my projects. That's really how I start always doing the designing of the cards. I feel like when you get the designer series paper and then just focus on the colors and the pieces that go with it, it just goes so much faster. And so for the paper share, we do provide a sampling of every single of the new papers from the catalog, as well as from the online exclusives that got released in September. And we make a Facebook party where we make a card with every of the single papers that we are featuring during this event. This is by far one of my popular classes, just because I think people like to get a sampling of all the new paper, and also because they want to see how you're using the designer series paper with all the cards. We do feature this time 2 different bundles. So one of them is the one with the flowers, which is called the Christmas Greenery. So this is the one that we're featuring. It is this one, and it has the dies that cut out the flowers and some leaves, which I think is amazing. And then there's another one that cuts out words that would go well with the, I think it's called Words for the Season, and I'm trying to find it here on the catalog. I had it here, and then I closed the book, and then I don't know what I did with it. Oh, here, no, it's not. I'm like I think it's, yeah, here we go. It's on page 51, but it's called Words for the Season, and it is this one where you have sentiments that goes really well for fall. You had sentiments for fall from Halloween, you know, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. And then you have the dice that cut out these words: Merry, Happy, Wishes, Christmas, Greetings, New Year, Halloween, Holidays, Autumn. And then there's a banner here going on. So I think it's a great set. And so when you're trying to do a card class with different papers, because it's all different colors, you want to make sure you know you want to be using something that has lots of different seasons so that they could go well with the different papers. And so that's why we went with this one. So I think you're going to love it. The card class is closing registration on September 15th. So there's only 5 more days. So make sure you sign up if you want to take it. I have the samples. This is the one that I do with my friend Jennifer Cotton. And so I got her samples. And so now I'm going to show you all of the cards. So let me just show you all of the cards. And by the way, I also finished all of her projects, so I should be able to mail her cards. So anyway, so let's see this one. See this? Really nice. Let me show you another one. Here is another one. Let me show you one more. Here we go. And then we have this one, which is really nice. I love that she used a lot of the glimmer paper. I think some of her paper had a lot of those blues. And so I love when she uses the glimmer paper, you know? So anyway, this is the next set of cards. As you can see, I love this foil. And this is the paper. This is the paper that we're using today, by the way. Look at this one. I love this one that has the little dogs and cats and different animals. I think is really fun. And then we have this one. So anyway, all of the cards are really cool. And like I said, this class includes enough supplies to, well, you get a sampling of all the designer series paper to begin with. And then you have enough, what am I saying? Supplies to make 10 cards. So again, this one is the paper share, and registration closes on September 15th. So 5 more days and it's done. So anyway, you can also join, you can also just get the paper share. So if you're not interested in the Facebook party, for sure you can just get the sampling, and it includes the sampling of the designer series paper plus the sampling of the ribbon. We don't include the twine, mainly because it just gets all twinkle and, you know, knots, and you know, it's not really easy to package, so we don't include that one, but everything that is a ribbon will be included. And as you see, we use the ribbon in our projects as well as the designer series paper. All right. And then there's also, like, if you already have all the papers, if you love the paper and already got them, you can also just join for the tutorial and the Facebook party. Okay. So anyway, so that's that. The other one is my card club. And by the way, I am in the process of designing, but I do want to show you what is the stamp set that I am using so that you know. I should be able to finish the, honestly, it's not just the designing, it's just the filming of the videos. As you know, I have all the pieces already ready to go, but I haven't had the time to film it. So hopefully this weekend I finish that, so then I can show it to you next week. But we're featuring the Amber Autumn, because again, this is going to be the card club for October. So I felt like for October, we definitely are in fall season, and we wanted to make some cards with that. So I am using this one, which I love, the pumpkins. I think that's the one that I'm using the most. The leaves are amazing with the acorn, so I really like it as well. But I don't know, I just think pumpkins goes really well. And then of course there's more leaves. This die cut out the whole piece with like leaves background, and it looks amazing. I'm actually using it, I believe I'm using it with the foil, and it just looks fantastic. The other thing is that when I cut it out, it just went out, like, it cut out really great. There wasn't a lot of poking or anything. It just went really well. But anyway, if you ever had any issues, make sure you use, what is this called? A dryer sheet. Not without the scent. So not scented, is that the word? And it goes really well. So anyway, so if you ever had any issues, make sure you use that. I am also featuring the little dots, which I should be using today. Oh, here, there. I was like, I should be using it today. So where are those? This is the Cajun Craze and Gold Dots, which are this one. And I don't know that you can see it, but there is some like little gold speckles that look really nice on the dots. And we're also using the basic beige ribbon, the one that got released during the annual catalog. What is the name of this one? Let me see. Classic ribbon. So it is really thin, and in fact I think I'm going to be using these two as well tonight so you can see them. The bows are amazing. I don't know if I'm using that one, or maybe I just use the Early Espresso and All Olive. This is for the cards today, but for the card club for sure I'm going to be using this one. So anyway, so pretty much you can get an idea, and like I said, I could show you the layout because as you know, that's really how I design. So I have all my layouts, but now it's just time to do all the filming. So anyway, let me flip the camera. Oh, by the way, if you're interested on Card Club, by the way, I know I didn't show you the samples. I just show you what I am using. But if you're interested in the Card Club, make sure you go to creatingwithali.com/Card Club. That's where you'll see all the information. I will be uploading the picture of the sneak peek probably by the weekend because that's when I should have finished with all the filming. And then you can see and read what it is. But pretty much it's $45 when you're on Card Club. You get a kit in the mail to make 5 cards. And then a goodie bag with about $25. Like I said, like you see today, you get the ribbon, the dots, and then half a pack of the designer series paper. You also have the chance to get the bundle at a discount if you choose to do so. And that way I can send it on your kit. And like I said, it is our subscription. So once you're in for as long as you want. And of course, you can cancel at any time. Hi, Paula. Hi, Flo. Nice seeing you here. Hi, Amy. Hi, Ramona. All right. So, I'm going to go ahead, flip the camera. We're going to go and make the first card and then we'll go from there. So let me do the flipping of the, hold on. I did the flipping and then my thing almost fall down. Where is the button? There we go. Let me make sure this thing is not falling. So anyway, so like I said, for tonight's card class, I am using, let me move my chair by the way. And let me get the bundle that we're featuring. This is part of the online exclusive, so it's not on your, it's not on the, what am I saying here? On the catalog. It's only available on the, our store. So you can go at stampingup.com. I have a link here if you want to purchase from me. By the way, on the YouTube video, usually I have below a supply list. So all the products that I use tonight will be there. So you can click on them and see them on my store. So anyway, so this is what we're using today. We're also using the designer series paper. And again, this is the gathering together, which is really nice. Let me show you the paper. I have right now only bits and pieces of all the other ones. Typically what I do, just a little behind the scenes, is that anytime I have a new designer series paper, I pull out one of each of the different designs, okay? And then I cut it, and I think in this case, I already cut even one more, because I am missing one from here. I'll make sure I see which one it is. I don't even know which one I'm missing. Hold on. Oh, I think I know which one is. Hold on. Because that has been my favorite. I've been using this one so much. Let me show you this one. I have a little scrap here that I can show you. Yeah, it is this one. I've been using this one for so many of my cards. And here it is. So I think I only have this much. Hold on. You said I have all my scraps here. But this is how it looks, you know. I love the paper, and you can see you have it on the other side. You have the basic beige. Again, this is from the this is from the online exclusive. So if you like anything from here, you're not going to find it on your catalog. You're going to find it on the online exclusive section on our website. Okay, but look at how beautiful. I just love the color combination, and of course that's how I went and make my projects tonight, and also the projects that I have on that tutorial bundle. So this is one of those, and like I said, I pretty much use almost everything. You have this one, which by the way, Cajun Craze, but it matches our new Gathering Leaves embossing folder, which we're going to be using tonight. And I'm actually going to be using one of those sanding blocks to get the two-tone color. So we'll see, we'll play with that one. But I just love this one as well. And then look at this one. This looks more like a happy autumn. I just love it. So it has more, you get the greens and the yellows, but you still have the Cajun Craze and the Early Espresso. Cajun Craze is one of those colors that I never use other than fall. And it's typically because that's when we start seeing all those red toned, leaves. So I love it. Then we have this one, which, it's good for a background. And then you have this one that has, by the way, this one has champagne foil, but I think it's more like a goldish, similar with this one. You can see there's some foil. So the paper is just amazing. I gotta say, I just love it. And then you have this one again with the browns. There's little circles. I don't know if you can see it. And then look at this one. Has again that, this one has something here. That champagne, which I think, like I said, for me, it looks more like gold. You have almost the same pattern here, but now it's with the Cajun Craze and the yellow. This is Cajun, what is this? Crushed curry. And then the back, again, the gold foil, right, with the pattern. So definitely a great paper pack. And look at this one. This is another one of my favorites. Because again, it has all the leaves. So anyway, like I said, this paper pack is fantastic. I think that you're going to have lots of fun. But like I said, usually what I do is I put out a piece of all of the designer series papers. And then I cut it at 6. And then I play with that 4 of a pack almost all the time. And then as I start playing with it and as I start making more cards, then I start using more. But anyway, you can tell pretty much I'm almost done with this one. So this has been by far my favorite design from the whole paper pack. But all of them are really cool. And you're going to see it on the cards as well tonight. So anyway, like I said, this one is called the Gathering Together. And it is on a 12 by 12 designer series paper. Okay? So let's just go. Let's just go with the first card. I'm just going to go also I want to make cards that are fairly simple as well. So not too complicated, but I did notice I end up using for, especially this one, like different sets, if you will. So I am using the foil. This foil is the earth tones, foil. I think that's the name. So it's like an early espresso. It's not quite copper. It's more like a brownish and it looks really nice. And I cut it out in case you're asking, with the Amber Autumn. I've used this one, which again is the one that I'm going to be featuring on Card Club. And I cut it out twice with this because again, it kind of goes well with the leaves that we have. Then I also use, like I said, this is the one that I use almost lots of different things. I've used a new label set that we have, which is the traditional label dies, which is this one. If you don't have this one, you gotta put it in your list. I've been using this one so much. It's amazing. I love this little banner. This one comes with a set that has lots of different sentiments, especially for Christmas, of course. But I mean, you can use the labels as you're gonna see me using them for other cards. So it doesn't have to be Christmas related. And I just love having more labels because you can use it. Now, this is the one that I've used also like just embellishment, not really for like the words like on the card that we're going to be making on the stamp along or the craft along at the end of September. But I've used it more kind of like embellishment, right? So again, you're going to love this set. You definitely need to have it. And the name of this one is the traditional label dies. I highly recommend having them. In fact, I think I have 2 sets of this one just because, again, I use them all the time. So that's what I use to cut out one from the designer series paper and then this one. I've used for these the largest of this set of labels. And then this one is the little banner that you see here. Okay. So again, and then last but not least, I've used this one. And I love borders, and for whatever reason, I never, use the dies. But I got this one. This is the one that is called Fancy Border Dies. And I went ahead and cut it out with this set. Okay? So, again, I think for this one, even though I'm trying to make it simple. Now, We have had different other borders, dies that has this either escal edges. You could use something like that. So if you don't have this one, you can definitely use any other border that you have. I know there's also like scissors that you can be using to get a nice shape on your border, so you could use that as well. All right, and then we have our card base. So the card base is basic beige, and this is 8.5 by 5.5. We're gonna go ahead and fold it in half. I do score it, but you really don't have to, because as you can see, I still kind of line it up. I usually just do that scoring because I like to kind of see where everything goes. There is another piece of the basic beige. This one is 4 by 5.25, and I emboss it with the what is this called again? Gathering Leaves embossing folder. Okay, so this is what I've used to emboss this one. You can see you get those tiny little leaves, which is the same that pattern that we have from the Designer Series paper, if you remember. This is the same. Okay, so all right, so we have that. I have a piece of Designer Series paper, and this one is, if I remember correctly, 4.25 by 3. So this one is going to go in an angle, and I wanted to put this one like right here, okay, and then cut out that part so that there is a border. Let me get my this thing, silicone craft mat, I think it's called. Oh my gosh, hold on. Oh. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and kind of eyeball it here, right? I probably need something that is not this dark for that part so that I can see better. Just want it to be straight. And then you just cut out whatever excess you have. So yeah, I think I'm done with that one. So this is going to go like so. And the way I was picturing this is I want to put the sentiment on this one. And I went for this, the one that says expressing heartfelt gratitude. I think it was a good one. I also love the one that says your friendship means the world to me. I think that will be good, or thankful for you. But I think if I put this one, then you can even put the thankful for you on the inside of your card, right? But I like this one, so I'm going to go with this because I think it's tall enough, you know, as a sentiment. I think the other one is just, or maybe, let's see. Yeah, I think you could, well, you know what? If we use this one, oh, I like that. I could probably use one of the leaves. So maybe we do that. I don't know. What do you think? See? This is where I start with, what do we do? Okay. Now, I'm going to go with this one. You know, I think I like this one. Yes, I'm going to go with this one. And I'm going to be using Early Espresso, which I should have here. Again, these are supposed to be really easy cards so that you can do multiples of this. Okay, so I have that one. See, I want to put this one right here. I don't know if I want to put one of the leaves here, mainly because I will have to stamp that. I like these colors. I don't know. And I don't have enough space. I could probably use that one, but it's not going to show up a lot. So that's where I'm like, I don't know if I really want to do it. So I'm going to leave it right now as is. But you could for sure decorate with any of the leaves as well. And oh, you know what? Or maybe what we could do is maybe do one of these in what is this color? Cajun Craze on that one, and then maybe put it here. Let's see if that works nicely, because I think that would be better. Ooh, and maybe one of these. I like the acorn is one of my favorites of the stamps too from this set. So why don't we do that? Maybe we do that, and this leaf. There we go. And let me get the Cajun Craze. Cajun Craze. I think it's this one. Yes. I need to put the sticker. Okay, let's use this one for right now. think that would be... Ooh, let's see. I don't know, I get the impression that I might need to... Oh no, it looks okay. It's good. Okay. And then I'm gonna go with the early espresso. Can I put it here? I think so. Yes. Okay. And now we're gonna be die cutting them with the set. So we're gonna be using this one and this one, I believe. Yes. Okay. Let's bring our die cutting machine. I probably need to clean those stamps because you know me. I'm gonna end up with some ink on my hands and then ink on the card, you know. I might have to do one by one because I put them too close together. And that's okay. Okay, so we got the first one. We got that one. And now we're gonna go with the, let me put this one here because I might need another leaf later on. Because you don't know. We don't know what we're gonna be doing. Hi, Shannon. Okay. So now we got that one. All right. So I'm gonna put it here. Oh. Okay. So let's see. So now it's just a matter of playing with our layout, right? So I think I want that one to come this way. I want this one like in an angle, and then I want that one here. I could probably have this one come this way and then have this way, or oh, I like this better. Or maybe have this two come this way. No, I think I do like this one better under, and then have this one come here with the boat or something like that. Kind of like that. And then maybe I do this. Oh my goodness, yes, definitely. I like that better. And then I wanted to have this one here, and my idea was that I was going to be adding this here, but I think I'm going to leave this one for like another card as an embellishment, because I kind of like that cluster, and then I can do a little bow and put it here. Now, the bow, I could do it with the ribbon or with the, what is this, the Early Espresso twine. And by the way, this is called the Early Espresso and Olive Linen Thread Pack. Okay, so let's do the bow first and see which one we'd like better. Ooh, or maybe we do one of those where I do the bow. See, like, my mind starts going everywhere. I just love, whenever I have, you know, a whole suite, if you will, it's just fun to kind of have the options of, I can use this, I can use that. And what I love from Stampin' Up! Is that everything color coordinates. See, like, I can have this one come this way. I kind of like that, you know? Yes. Yes. Okay. And then I can put, ooh, let's do that. Two. I'm wondering, should I put this one on this side? No, I think it will be too much if I put everything on this side, right? No, it needs to be here. But I would probably just add another, like a little bow to go on top of that. Not to, I could do one of those where I am looping it, but I think just one will be fine. Yep. Because I don't want to have too much of the dark brown, although I could. I'll put this one, sounds like, there you go. There you go. Okay, so I think I like that idea. And look how simple it is and how beautiful the card looks, right? So anyway, so let's go ahead and start putting all these pieces together. Oh my gosh, my hand. It's like it's not letting me. Alright, so I'm going to go and have this one in an angle. I'm going to go ahead and have this come that way. Okay, I might want to have that one raised, or no, maybe not, because I want this one and that one to be, yeah, I might want that one flat and then this one raised. Yes, let's do that. I like that better. So just because raising this one is going to be harder with dimensionals, you know, not impossible, but a little bit more challenging, you know, especially when you know that I put like a gazillion of the dimensionals. So now I've used my silicone craft, and then I'm just going to go, you could also use your liquid adhesive. Lately I've been doing more and more of these, and then I just hide the adhesive on the back, you know, just hide it with my fingers, and then all is good. All right, and then I'm going to be adding this one with a dimensional, which I should have a dimensional here. Oh, there we go. You know what? Let's use this one. Let's just use this one for right now. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and add this one. Okay, here's like, where is the adhesive? And it's right in front of me, huh? And then we're gonna go ahead and add this one right here. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna go put it all the way here, like flush on this. There we go. Like that better. Let me add the dimensionals. Okay. And then this one, how does this open? This way, okay. Just to make sure. Sometimes I end up putting it upside down. I think on the last video, in the last card class, I think you were the ones who were telling me that I was putting it upside down, so. I'm glad that I caught it where I didn't finish the whole card, although I did have to unglue something and glue it again, but it was still fixable at that point. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and have these. Hi Judy, it's nice seeing you. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add this one first. Let's put this one too. Where is my take your pick here? And then I'm going to have this one come right here. And then let's add some of these dots, which, oh my goodness, they look amazing. And these are called the Cajun Craze and Gold Dots. Again, this is part, I think it is part from that same collection. I might be I might need to check that, but I think they are. And I am loving that we get like 3 different sizes, you know. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and add another one, like right here. Okay, so there you have it. Look how beautiful and easy this is, right? Like we only stamp the one leaf and the acorn, die cut it, so it already, when you stamp it, it already has all that shading, which is great. And then just your sentiment. So fairly easy, as you can see. All right, so now let's go ahead and bring another one. Let me clean those stamps because I already thought about it. And you know, once you think about it, you better act on it, because otherwise you don't. And then when you have the issue, you're like, oh yeah, I thought about it and didn't do anything about it. All right. Okay, so now let's go with the next card. The next card should be also fairly easy. I'm going to put this one right here. So this is one of those designs. Hold on, let me put this one here. This is one of those designs that I feel it's one of my favorites. The layout, I should say. So this one is 8.5 by 5.5 early espresso. We're going to go ahead and fold it in half. Oh, hold on. Oh, thank you, Gail. And I'll show you the cards that are included on the tutorial bundle as well, so you should know what is going to be included. I don't have the ones from Joy. I probably should be making the cards so I can show you all of them. But I will be having a sneak peek on my page after this video, or maybe tomorrow. All right, so this one is 4 by 5.25, and then I have 2 patterns of the same designer series paper. See, I just love this one. And this one is 2.25 by 5 1/8, so that I have 1/8 of an inch border. And then I have the same on this one, 2.25 by 5 and what did it say? And 1/8. Okay, so it's just 1/8 of an inch smaller from that side. Okay, we're gonna be tearing the paper towards you so that you get that white edge as you tear the paper. If you don't like that white edge, then just do it on the opposite, so the white edge is on this side and this one doesn't have it. I particularly like that white edge, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. But again, it's up to you, however you prefer. Like I want this to be showing, and you don't want to go straight either. Okay, you want to have you want to have some sort of like shape, if you will. Okay. Now we're gonna be doing the same on this one, right? And okay. And let's see. And hopefully, yes. So I feel like I probably might want to cut, or maybe I just cut the sliver from here. I don't know. Let's see. No, I think it's fine because you can still see some through. And then, yes, I think I like that. And then I have this leaf, which I cut out with this one. Now, let me tell you, this is one of those where you can cut these two together, and then you get, like, especially if you're doing with cardstock, you can cut them together, both of these leaves, and then it punches those holes where you can stitch through to have those lines from the leaf using the, what is this called? The linen thread, okay? I am personally a little bit too lazy to be doing that. Don't get me wrong, I love sewing and I love embroidering, but for a card, I don't really like to spend that much of the time, so I'm not using those. However, I've seen some samples of people using those with the stitches that it looks amazing. So if you want to put the time, that will be amazing. In my case, I'm like, I want to do something quick, easy, simple, and so that's what I'm going with this. Now, for this sentiment, I thought maybe what if I can put this one by itself, but I thought why don't we put a scrap of and I'm thinking either white or the, what is this color, the beige, the basic beige, and maybe we use this scrap, you know, and then have that way. Let's see Why don't we use a scrap? Hold on, I have another scrap here. Hold on, we have scraps. So let's use this. And does this one fit? It does, but hold on. Let's see, I have another scrap here. So I might go this route. No, I think it's right. I think I want it this way because I want it to be that way. Okay, let's see. Let's try to do that. We'll see if we like it. And if not, because the other thing I was thinking is just stamping it itself from here. But, you know. So let's use the, oh, you know what? I like a skinnier for these. Why don't we go ahead and put thinking of you? I think that would be nicer. And it's skinnier. There's another one that says many thanks. Many thanks. I think that will be also great. Ooh, yeah, thinking. Yes, I like that one better because this is smaller. So I'm going to go with this one, actually. Maybe for that next card, we'll go with that one. How about that? And I'm just going to go. And I'm going to put it on this. Okay. There we go. Love, love, love the font in this set. I think it's really nice. Let me, again, clean that stamp. And we're going to go ahead and cut this one. Where is the... Here. Where is my trimmer? I'm going to cut this to 3 3/4 of an inch will be good. Let's see, I might need to cut slightly more from this end. And you can see I am just eyeballing it. I'm not really... Ooh, and I think I went a little bit crooked on this one. Oh, I can... There you go. There you go. Much better. Yes. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so we have that. And then, oh my gosh, yes. So I could have that one and then have it in an angle. And then have a bow or something. And then use the other leaf that we didn't use, right? Because we have this leaf that it kind of went from the other one. I could use that one, put a bow. So I like this one better. The only thing is that do I want dovetail? So do I want angle? I think angle would be better. All right. Is the matte basic beige? Yes, it is. So it is basic beige for those two pieces. And the reason I went with that is because there's still some basic beige on this design, even though the background is white. So I thought it would look good. All right, so let's start gluing all the things and then go from there as we are making those decisions. Again, this is another one that is a very easy layout. I know I've done this one several times on the cards, because I really like how it looks. And even though I'm using right now a leaf on this one, you could always use, I think I've always used like circles. I think I love circles for that. I've used flowers too. So yeah, this is one of those layouts that you can put whatever you want for your label. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do the same. Same, so you have that. And then we're going to go ahead and put this one right here. Let's just glue this one first. Okay, and then I'm going to be gluing this one like so. And then I'll have this one come this way. I think I'm going to go with the angled ones. I think it's easier. There you go. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to have this one come here, like what we did on the other one, and then have a bow. Now for this one though, actually I probably go with this. So I'm going to put it here and then have that one come here. For this one though, I feel like it does need to have that, the bow where I do multi loops. So I'm going to go with like 3 loops on this one. You know, like I want something that stands out more. Right? And you've seen me done this bow by now so many times. Very easy. You just do the loops and then cut it out where the scissors here. The last, you do a loop, you go through and then pull. So I'm going through that one and then pull. Yes, I want to have something that is. There you go. Yes. Okay, so now I probably would then want it here so that I don't move anything. So let me just glue the leaf first and then play it with the position of where I want all these things, okay? And see, this is another pattern that looks amazing. You're going to have trouble deciding which side of the paper you're going to be using because the whole paper pack is just fabulous. I mean, it's just beautiful paper all together. Okay, so now for this one, I know I do want that one with like dimensionals. I think dimensionals will be fine. Why don't we use these ones that I have here? There you go. That way we're done with this sheet. And then I might have this one come here. Yeah, like I can put this one here and then have this one here. Yeah, I kind of like that one, and then I sprinkle the leaves. Yeah, I kind of like that, the dots. See? So this is how, once you have all your pieces, it's easier for you to come up with your design, because then you can just position them however you want them. And yeah, and put them wherever you feel it looks best for you. So, see, so like I said, very, very easy, as you can see. Hopefully you're liking how this is turning out. And I love that it's just a little bit of that foil that is really making the card pop up a lot, right? So, see, we're going to go ahead and put this one like right here. And then let's go ahead and bring our bow. I'm going to put it, oh, you know what? No, I'm going to put it like right here. There you go. And then I will cut this. There you go. Yes. There you go. Where are the dots, by the way? Here. I'm like, where are the dots? I'm like, what happened to the dots? So I'm going to go ahead and add the one little one somewhere here. Oh. Go ahead and put one here. And then one there. And then I'm going to go ahead and add another one somewhere here. There you go. And there you have it. See? Fairly simple, very easy to recreate. And you can make some play with the different patterns, because lots of the patterns coordinate beautiful between them. So you can always just pick and choose the different patterns. I think that will be another easy way to kind of use lots of the scraps that you have left over from this paper pack as you're making cards. Okay, so we have that one. If you just joined, here is card number 1. Look how beautiful these cards are, and very easy. Okay, so card number 2 is going to be very similar to, 3, very similar to that one. So I cut out already this, and now I'm thinking I probably want another of those leaves, but we'll go without it right now. So I do think that for this one, so look, I love this paper a lot, and I didn't know if I want to have this or if I want to have that one and then have my sentiment. So I don't know. We're still deciding. I don't know. I don't think I like this. It's just too busy for that. But I think I like that one. I might put, maybe I go larger and then have, I like that idea. Okay. All right. So let's just rethink this. I should have a piece of white that we're going to be using for some stamping. So I think I want to put this one with the Cajun craze. Let's see. All right, so I have that. Ooh, I don't think it is stamped well, so let's try again. Let's see. Oh, much better. I'm like, I don't know. I have some white spots there, so I don't think I had ink. I did. I will go with the acorn or acorn. How do you call that? Acorn or acorn? And I'm gonna put this one right here. Ooh, maybe two. Maybe two. And I feel like I need one other leaf. And so maybe I'll go with some of these crushed curry or old olive, actually. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So we have more leaves on this set. So let's just see. Where's the set? I lost the set. Where is the set? Oh, no, it's not this one. I'm like, what? Oh, here. I'm like, what did I do with the set? Like, I know I have it. All right, so maybe... Oh, I love this one. I'll do this one in green. Yes, I like this one in green. And do we want this one in yellow? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right, so, I'm gonna go with that one and that one. Probably need to cut this section so it fits on my, does this fit on this? Yes, it fits, okay. So I'm like, so it fits on the other one, because I'm like, I want to make sure that it fits. Oh my goodness, yes, I like that. I don't know how many I'm going to be using. I think one maybe, but you never know. And then let's use this one. So let's see. I might have a very juicy pad. Yeah, let's, whenever you have like a juicy pad, sometimes it's best to kind of move a little bit your ink. I think I have to clean this one so that it goes back. Okay. And then grab it from that section that you just cleaned out. I'm going to use this section. Oh, see, much better. Yes, I'm like, I don't know. See, whenever you start getting this, like splashes, because you might have a lot of ink, or it's juicier, or I might have just, I don't know, re-ink it too. So whenever that happens, just move the ink for a little bit with the spoon, and then just clean your spoon. But, and then stamp again, and you'll see how different it looks. So that has always worked. Because what it is that you have a little bit too much of ink for these type of images. So the distinctive, I think, is the name of this type of stamps, have a lot of detail, but also you need to make sure you have like the right amount of ink, because sometimes it looks weird. So anyway, I think that fixed it. So let's go ahead and cut it out, all these pieces, and then play with it and see how we want this thing. All right. Oh, thank you, Lorraine. Glad you're liking it. they got released this September. Again, these are part of the online exclusive, and it's called the Gathering Moments bundle. Let's get out this one first, so we get this out of the way. Okay, so we have this one. Yes. Oh, yes. I'm gonna put this one out here. And that we're gonna be needing this one. But you know what? I'm gonna go this way so I can cut out this one. And then one of these. This one's kind of moving a little bit. Okay, so we got our leaf. Look at that, it looks amazing. And then we have this one. I'll put this ones here so I don't lose them. And then look at that. And then we need one more of these. I don't know if I'm going to be needing all of them, but I'd rather have them already cut out than, oh, I need another one, right? So whenever I design my cards, I usually try to go and stamp in the different colors, you know, have different ones, and then use them as embellishments, because then at that point you're just playing with positioning the different images, and it goes so much easier. So I always do that. And so it's not different right now, right? Like, let's just have several of those and then let's play with it. Now for this one, I think that I might need to get like a basic white for sentiment. Let's see. We'll see how that goes. Let me put this here. All right, so we got all the pieces. And so let's just go over measurements. So you saw how I did these pieces already. This is from the same die set. I've already pre-cut out that, so we have that. I have a piece of early espresso, 8.5 by 5.5. So we're gonna go ahead and fold it in half. Then I have a piece of, this is our two-tone cardstock, which only comes in the 12 by 12, right? So you have parts that are 12 by 12. This is the Cajun Craze, and it has 12 pieces of cardstock, okay? Now, the cool thing about this paper is that, as I said, it has two tones. So you can see there is a lighter and a darker color of the same. So you can choose, you know, pick and choose which side you want to be using. I went with the darker when I embossed my design, my cardstock. So I have the I have the darker side right here, and this is the side that I'm gonna go and use my sanding block, which I don't know. So I got this one from a friend, so I couldn't tell you. I'm assuming it's probably from like Amazon. You just need a sanding block. But you can see that the two-tone cardstock has a white in it. So when you're using this, you get see, you get those white little spots. And it looks really nice. You want to go soft. I don't want to have a lot of it, but see how beautiful this looks right? I think from afar you kind of see only dots, but as you're seeing it in person, you kind of get a little bit more of what the image is, right? So anyway, so that's what it is. This is a sanding block, and I'm assuming, I don't know, that she got them from Amazon. So just Google sanding blocks and you'll see it. Long time ago, Stampin' Up! These did sell sanding blocks, but we don't have those anymore. All right, so now I have a piece of Cajun Craze, and this one is 1/2 inch by 5.5, and then a piece of the designer series paper, and this is 1.5 by 5.5. So this is gonna go like here, and I cut them always slightly longer. I mean, you know me, just to make sure that I cover everything. But if you want to go exact, you know, you can do so as well. I just know that a lot of the times I end up going cricket and whatnot, and then I am off by like a little hair, and I don't like that. So anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and, again, I'm using dark. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and cut out that excess. Like, I don't mind cutting it, and see, I have a slightly here. And that's okay for me. I'd rather cut it out than not having enough. There you go. So this is how it looks. Then we're gonna go ahead and add adhesive. Just check the direction. So these ones, I want them going up, the leaves, rather than down. I mean, I think that will also look good. I'm gonna put here. The plate measurement, okay, so this one is 1.5 by 5.5, and this one is 2 3/4 of an inch by 5.5. Okay, so this is 1.5, and this is 2 3/4 of an inch. Okay, and then this one is 1/2 of an inch by 5.5. Okay, and again, I say 5.5. Sometimes I go slightly longer for the reason that I just explained. It's just preference, okay? Okay, so I want it to be this way. So I'm going to be adding adhesive on this section because I want this border to go this way, okay? I want to kind of go like this with all the Cajun, not the Cajun, but the crushed carrot lines that I have here, okay? So we're going to go this way. And then I'm going to go ahead and add. And I only want a little bit showing or peeking. I don't want a lot of it. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go this way. I think it's easier to cut on that end. See how I am off by a little bit? I always cut so that I can cover the whole thing. And again, that's just my preference. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it this way. So this is how it's going to look, and look how beautiful this goes. You can choose to go whichever way. I actually wanted to be flush in this, like almost you don't see any of that paper. And in fact, I was just thinking as I was making this, I could have done this one in white so that you don't have to put any other piece here, but I mean, it is what it is. Mainly because I'm covering the whole thing, so you really don't see any of the brown paper or the early espresso paper on your card. So I could have gone with white, you know? So it's up to you. At the time when I was designing this, I was thinking, oh, maybe I want to kind of like distress and move the borders, you know, like I don't know how you say that, but like scrunch the border so you have a little bit more of the distress. However, I wanted to have that edge, and if you start doing that, you don't really do that. So anyway, so look how beautiful this looks, and it has this texture. The other thing that I think it's, I don't know, it's more from a sensory point of view, is like it makes it softer, if that makes sense, you know? So anyway, so now that we have that, I'm going to be putting this one right here, and see how I like that yellow line like peeking through. And I want to have, like I probably want to have maybe this one coming this way. And this one coming this way. And then have one of these, like I said, maybe this way. And then have my sentiment. And I do want to be using this one. So I might go with like a white piece of paper, you know, like a white thing. And then have the little outline. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to go ahead and bring a piece of white. And you can see I have my scraps here. I think this one would do. Yes, I think this one will do. And I'm going to go with the early espresso. Oh, I think I ink a lot. I'm going to go ahead and put okay. Your friendship means the world to me. I love that sentiment. Like, I could see myself sending this card, right? That's one of those sentiments that you definitely can use it. All right, and then where is the here? I'm gonna go with the 1 inch here. And I might do a little banner here and then do the, yes, I like that idea. You know me, I've used the Tailor Tack punch, so I'm going to bring my Tailor Tack punch. However, you could always use your scissors, right, and do the point to point. So you can do that, right? So nothing wrong. I just love using the Tailor Tack punch all the time, so I'm going to go with that. And I'm going to cut out this part and then have the leaves come from there. Okay, so let's see. Again, I'm just gonna start playing with this and see how I like it and cut more if I need to. But like, I probably want to have, see, like, I probably need to cut more on this end. Where is the Tailor Tack punch? Oh, here. So I probably want this to be see, like, closer. And then I probably need to cut more on this end so that I can have these pieces come this way. Ooh, I kind of like that. You don't really see this one, so I might not use that one. Well, I think it looks okay without cutting more. Yes, I think I'm going to go with these, and I'm going to have this one more up. Yes. See, so again, just position. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this one now that I know where I want these. Ooh, and I love this side of the paper. Like I said, this is going to be the hardest part for you, like picking which side to use, because the whole paper pack has beautiful designs. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and have this come this way. Okay. Now for this one, I do want to do like these. I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive. All right, and then we want to have this one come here and this one come there. All right. And then I'm going to have this one come here. There you go. And I'm putting this one here so I know how it's looking. Okay. And maybe a little bit more. Like this. And then I'm going to have this one come this way. But I'm going to be doing like a bow or something. Yes. I think I'm going to be adding like a bow or something there. And I don't know, do I win 2 or do I win? Ooh. No. But I could probably have them this way and then have a little... I don't know. No, because it kind of covers these. I think I'm just going to go with a 1. You know, so I have an extra piece for a different card later on. So I'm going to put this one and then half the bow. Okay, yes. So now this cluster, though, is going to go with dimensional. So this is why I was putting everything here. Just looking how it looks. And then we're going to be doing the cluster. Where is the... I'm going to go with this one. Hold on. Let me do something else here. I'm going to open a new one. And the reason I'm opening a new one is because so the other set of dimensionals that I have right here with me are from a kit. And I don't know if you've noticed, but the kit dimensionals are slightly taller or thicker, I should say. They're thicker. And so if I want to be adding some of the small ones, I have to make sure I have the same. So see, like these are the same height or the same thickness. But like these ones, see how different these are? I don't know if you can see it. See how different they are? So they're thicker. Says that, yeah, so you order 2 so you don't have to suffer and pick and choose whichever side. Yeah, oh my goodness. You're my type of girl. I love that. Yes, I do that a lot of the times, you know, because same, like I don't want to, you know, not have. Although I'm trying to do better. And use my paper packs. It's being now a couple of years, no, a little bit more probably, since I start using more and more of my papers. Because, oh my goodness, I have a huge collection of older designer series paper. And see, I'm using like a gazillion of dimensionals, right? You know me. But that's okay. You don't need to be used as many, but that's totally fine if you do. Now, I feel like for this month, maybe we want to go with like the old olive so that we give some love to the old olive linen thread. It's a good one. But for whatever reason, I've been using a lot more of the early espresso. Again, I'm just going with the colors in the suite. And I don't see as much of the green. You know, there are some patterns with green, but at least I'm not using those as much as the other ones. Alright, so see, so I'm going to go ahead and have this one come here. And then I'll put this one like so. Now for this one, I'll probably go with the thicker one, you know, so it helps me. Yeah, it can help me a little bit with this. And then I can put the bow or something there. Alright, so let's go with the green. I think it will be good just to have a little bit of the color. Okay, and I'm just doing 2 loops. I'm not going to do as many, just 2. Of course, you can do as many as you want, but I'm going to go with 2 for this one. I'll probably put it, no, I have to put it this way. Yep. put it more towards this side. And I'll put it this way so you can still read what the sentiment says. And that's what I love from the what am I saying? From the linen threads, you know, is that you can use them and still kind of read. If it covers a little bit of the words, it's okay, right? Because you can still read what it says. And so I'm going to go ahead and put this one right here. More towards here because I don't want to be covering any of those. So more like here. Yes. Or do I want it to be on top here? No, I want it underneath there. Underneath. I think it looks better. There you go. There you go, see? And now we're just going to be adding some of those dots and then we're done. We are done with this. I love how it looks. I really do. Let me put this one here so I don't end up with unravel threads. Okay, so now that we have these. Oh, and you know what? I could have... this is a little bit... cricket, but that's okay, you know? That's okay. It's not gonna be... I think that's it. I'm gonna leave it like so. I could add as many as I want, but I think it's fine. But look how beautiful this looks. I would have, I don't know, it's kind of bugging me, but I put so many dimensionals that if I rip it, it's gonna rip the paper. But check yourself, put it more, if you will, like put this one more aligned, because you can see if I align this one, this is like late tilted, which is fine, but I don't know. For whatever reason, I'm being a little bit too OCD today. Okay, so I have here the 3 cards. Let me know which one is your favorite. I love them all. I don't know. And the maple leaf, I think that's what the name is. It's my favorite. And maybe it's not the maple leaf, but it looks like a maple leaf. But I like this shape of leaves, especially for fall. And I think those are always the ones that I... that's the main reason why I end up buying so many of those, because I always like that type of leaf. So anyway, let me know which one is your favorite. I love this one a lot because it has different elements and it's very easy. However, I feel like this time is a tough one for me. I love the layout on that one, but I like the technique on the Cajun crates, two-tone cardstock. I love that because it has the white, it goes really well with this pattern. So anyway, I love to hear which one is your favorite. Like, oh, I didn't show. So like I said, anyone that is placing an order with me between now and this month, actually, you're going to be getting a tutorial bundle that has 8 card projects using the same products that we use today. So let me just show you the ones that I designed. You can see I use a lot more of the green on this one. Look at this one. Like I said, I am loving this color combination, and this pattern is by far my favorite. Here is another one. Very easy as well. And then here is another one using the same color combo, as you can see here. In this one, as you can see, I actually stamp the sentiment on the designer series paper, right? So, like I said, beautiful set of products on this suite. For sure is my favorite right now, especially for fall. And like I said, when you place an order with me during this month, you'll get the the tutorial bundle with those cards. And like I said, those are the 4 that I designed, but Joey designed another set of 4, and they're amazing. It comes with pictures, measurements, and so I think that you'll enjoy it. Okay, so thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Let me just read your comments and see which one is your favorite? Everyone is laughing so much with that coming from Flo as having multiple packs. I agree with you, Flo. That's just genius. All right. So Diane says she likes them all. Lori says very hard to choose a favorite. Jody, same thing. She says she likes them all. Flo says this DSP just makes all of them so beautiful. Love all three tonight. Oh my goodness. I'm glad that you're liking them. Gail says just beautiful. Love them all for various reasons. Great job. Oh, thank you so much. And Dolores says I like the last one the best. They are all beautiful. Yes, I like the technique on this one. So, like I said, it's hard for me also to pick one because like I shared with you, it's I like them all for a different reason. So anyway, so thank you so much. I hope to see you next week. So I'm not traveling next week. What is next week? Next week it's the week of the 18th, I guess. I don't know. So I should be able to do the Facebook Live during my regular time. But if anything changes, I'll for sure will let you know. But yes, I think I'm not traveling next week. I think the following week, the week of September 22nd, I'm going to be out. That's the week that we actually have our stamp along. I think my plan right now would be to pre-record and then release the videos one day each day because I'm going to be traveling again. So anyway, but again, I'll let you know more about it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.